What's poppin', gang? It's your girl TWOAH, and I am back with another video. So as you guys can see in the title, this is me showing you how I constructed this frontal wig. I will be having two parts to this video, so this is just part one, strictly just showing you how I constructed it, and then I will have another part where I show you guys how I pretty much laid it down and all that other stuff. It made it look how I wanted to, along with showing you guys how you can style it as well. And this hair that I have is from AsteriaHair. I will make sure to leave all the links to their website below. They will also be having a sale on their hair November 11th, so definitely look out for that. And yeah, so if you guys are interested in this video, then just keep on watching. Okay, so first I'm just showing you guys what the frontal looks like. This is the pattern, and I'm just going to give you guys a brief detail on how I bleach my knots. I have more videos on my channel with kind of like letting you know exactly what I'm doing, but anyways, just a little quick overview. I use a spoon to apply the bleach, and the bleach you want it to be more of like a whipped kind of consistency, and you don't want to press too hard because you don't want to get the bleach all the way kind of like on the root and then like it gets blonde. Like you really just want to make sure that the knots are the only thing that's getting bleached. And then as far as trying to get the frontal to fit the dome cap perfectly for yourself, what you're going to do is you're going to place the frontal on your head. You're just trying to match the frontal with the sides where your ears are. So you only want it to make sure it's falling over your ears or in front of your ears. And for this, you're going to use a white pencil or just something that you can see on the black. And I'm just trying to putting it forward just so I can make sure that it's actually like how it would be, and there was hair going underneath. So after that, you just want to kind of hold it in that place, mark the dome cap, and mark the spot on the frontal. Therefore, when you begin sewing the frontal down, you know exactly where to mark it up. And I'm going to show you guys in this next clip where you see where I'm marking the frontal and the dome cap with the markings. And after that, all you have to do is pin them. And the biggest part for this is just making sure that you're allowing the frontal to be in front of your ears or over your ears so you can create that cut that you'll see in the next video of part 2. And I'm just matching up both sides like I said, and then you also want to pull the center because if not it'll kind of slide forward and you're technically barely sewing the frontal on. So here I just wanted to get this in somewhat of a slow-mo, but not necessarily, but just so you guys can see how I begin sewing the frontal on and just kind of my sewing pattern. So you just take the needle and thread and put it underneath, and then you're going to take the needle through the loop and you're going to pull the thread. And once the thread comes through, all you're going to do is take the needle under again, wrap it around, and then pull it through. And that's kind of the stitch because I like that when it kind of goes lays across, and that's the reason why this is like my favorite stitching. If you do have another method, feel free to stitch however you like. So this is just the finished product after the frontal, and now I'm just showing you guys this technique that I found, and this is me drawing lines of where I'm going to be sewing on the tracks. And I'm using a white pencil, and my lines got real raggedy, but I'm just trying to give you guys a hint. You guys can figure out your own spacing, but it definitely makes it a lot easier because all you have to do is just like follow these lines, and it makes the process so much quicker. And yeah, it's just great, and it kind of helps you figure out the pattern that you want. So this is the pattern that I go in, and then now I'm just showing you guys the hair. So this hair is AsteriaHair. This is the packaging. I accidentally sewed the 20-inch first and then the 22-inch second, and I doubled the 20-inch weft and then didn't double the second weft, and then I added like one track of the 18-inch. But yeah, anyways. So this is just how I start my wefts. I am taking the needle underneath, and you don't want to go through the elastic band that's a part of the dome. I don't know if I mentioned that already, but yeah, don't do that. Just try to keep it on top of the cap, so like the, I don't know, the fabric on top. And this is like the same process that I used when I was sewing the frontal on. So I did take the needle through, and now I'm just going to take the thread underneath, and you only have to take the needle through the weft the first time and then the last time, so like the beginning of the track and the end of the track. And then I also put a pin to hold the hair down while I sew, only because it makes it easier and it holds the hair in place. So like I'm doing, I'm just putting the needle underneath, I'm not going through the elastic band, and I'm just pulling, like wrapping the extra thread around and pulling the needle through. And I'm also moving my pin as I go and continue, well, as I sew, not go, but you get what I'm trying to say. Yeah, and then just remember to not go through the elastic. And yeah, and like I said, if you have your own sewing method, feel free to use that. This is just mine. And yeah. Most of my wigs, I do not cut my wefts. So what I do is I take the needle through at the end, put it through the cap, and I wrap the thread around, and then I pull it really, really tight, and then I just continue to do what I was doing, where I take the needle underneath, go through the dome cap, wrap it around, and just sew on forth. Is that how you say that? Sew on forth. Sew forth on. You know what, I give up. But yeah, that. So hopefully my sewing method makes sense. So this is the finished look of the wig before I cut the dome cap. As you can see, the hair is really nice, so it's really dope. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to cut the excess dome cap from underneath the frontal. And what you want to do is you want to leave space where it's actually sewn on, because you could cut the thread and then your wig falls apart. So try to give, I give like a centimeter of space, because at that point you really can't see that far back when you have the frontal on, so doesn't matter. And then I'm also going to use that part as my band, and it's good to use these for your band because they're silk and it doesn't bald your hair out. So yeah, use that for your band, and this is pretty much the finished look. And like I said, there is 2 parts to this video, so check that next video out. And like I always say, don't forget to like if you guys like it, don't forget to comment if you guys want to comment, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. And I'll see you all in my next video.
Is no fun. You can come back to mine though. Your friend and Cupid is fine though. We gon' end on a high note. I spy with my little eye. A girly I can get cause she don't get too many likes. A curly headed cutie I could turn into my wife. Wait, that means forever.